Hey guys, JP here with some more American Muscle content. This week we're going to talk about the Ford Mustang, the original pony car. Sporty two-door coupes, long hoods, and short rear decks. That's always been the calling card for the Mustang since it was first introduced in 1964, and that continues today. Mustangs, just like bourbon, come in many forms depending on what you're looking for. This week we talk about everything from the budget-friendly V6 all the way up to the insane GT350R. So stay tuned. For this depreciation and buying guide, we researched back to the SN95s all the way up to the present day Mustangs. Our information is based on a manual transmission and the base model Mustangs for each car listed. There are no premium or deluxe editions whenever possible. That means no leather, no automatic climate control, no fancy wheels, no additional options that may add to the cost. We just want base model cars. All data was collected from either Kelley Blue Book or the NADA buying guides, and all cars are assumed to be in good or very good condition. We looked at everything from the V6, the GT, up to the SVT Cobras, the Shelbys, and everything in between. Now that you know where the data has come from, let's take a look and see what we can learn. We'll start with the entry-level Mustang, the V6. Looking at the chart, we see the depreciation curve and one of the largest drops in value from 2015 back to 2014. The S550 model was introduced in 2015 with a wider body and a 3.7 liter V6 that continued to hit 300 horsepower. The other drop is from 2005 to 2004. The 2005 fifth generation introduced the retro styling trend that continues into today. These cars represent the first significant upgrade to the Mustang chassis in over 10 years, and the used car values show it. Anything before 2005 is going to be significantly cheaper, but it is also going to come with a build quality to match. This follows the same trend for the V8 Mustang GT. Looking at the GT data, we see the introduction of the 2015 6th generation model has demanded a $5,000 increase on MSRP for new models. It's here that we see the largest drop in price from 2015 to 2014, signaling a great buying opportunity. Another significant drop is from 2013 to 2012. The GT and the V6 models revised their styling and incorporated the grille and the air intakes from the GT500 of 2010. There is a third price drop from 2005 to 2004 of roughly $3,500. As we mentioned in the V6 chart, 2005 was the introduction of the 5th generation Mustang and marked a sizable jump in quality. Both of these factors contribute to this drop. The introduction of the Ecoboost in 2015 marked the first turbocharged inline 4-cylinder engine since the Fox Body SVO. This 2.3 liter turbo packs quite a punch with 310 horsepower while also earning an estimated 31 miles per gallon on the highway. You can tell by our charts, if you buy used versus new, you're going to save somewhere around $5,000. 310 horsepower out of a 4-cylinder Mustang. Think about that for a second. Think back 20 years ago. The V8s had less power than that. The Mustang GT had 215 horsepower and the Cobra had 305 horsepower. I still have a hard time believing stats like that. But some people say this bourbon is too strong, and I don't believe them either. Now that we've examined the most popular models, let's dive a little deeper to check out some limited edition and specialty vehicles. We'll start with the Shelby GT500. There's a steady drop of $3,000 per year until the 2010 to 2009 drop. Here we see a drop of $6,000, which is attributed to a refresh in 2010. There's a bump in horsepower up to 540, up from 500. This appears to be the best bang for your buck. The SVT Terminator Cobra is probably the most interesting data point to examine. Here we see the SVT Cobra is an older car, yet holds a higher value than those cars 5 or 6 years newer. A quick search online shows that 03 to 04 Cobras are in the mid to high 20s, which is only a few $1,000s off of their MSRP. There were several interesting facts on the Terminator Cobra, but the one that sticks out the most is the horsepower. Rated at 390 from the factory, later testing showed the number to be closer to 425 horsepower. That's only a few bolt-ons away from a 500 horsepower car. And this is back in 2003, which was pretty unheard of. The latest beast in the Mustang lineup is the GT350 and GT350R. The 5.2 liter flat plane crank engine produces 526 horsepower and has a redline of 8,250. 8,250 RPM redline in a Mustang. Think of that. This is the most powerful naturally aspirated car Ford has ever built, but it's only been on the market for 2 years. Since it's only on the market for 2 years, there's not a lot of solid data on what they're selling for. The MSRP of the 350 is $56,000. The MSRP of the 350R is $63,000, but finding one at that price is very difficult due to the demand. I'm interested to see how they hold their value over the next 5 to 7 years, considering how high in demand they are right now. If only there were a way that I could pass the time in those 5 to 7 years. After reviewing the numbers, if you're looking for the best deal on a used Mustang, it's going to be the model year prior to the release of a new generation or a refresh cycle. We saw examples of this on both the V6 and the GT, as well as some older models of the GT500. As mentioned earlier, the quality took a leap forward in 2005, so keep that in mind in your search. Hopefully some of this information can be of use to you in your search for the new Mustang in your life. So that's our recap of the Ford Mustang depreciation and buying guide. If you like what you saw, give us a thumbs up and leave a comment below. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to keep the fresh content flowing. Until next time, thanks guys.